Nikola Tesla was one of the smartest people of all time, with an IQ of 250. He spoke 7 languages and had a memory that worked like a live show, allowing him to remember everything in vivid detail. Tesla wasn't just brilliant, his brain was a finely tuned supercomputer, helping him make groundbreaking discoveries that transformed the world. And yet, Tesla claimed his superhuman brain power wasn't due to genetics. He believed anyone could become smarter simply by awakening dormant brain cells. Early experiments showed his thinking to be true. A study in Sweden found students who received Tesla's proposed treatment performed 20% better in exams than those who didn't. But Tesla was suppressed his whole life. After all, he discovered a more powerful way of generating electricity than Edison. Yet the government gave Edison all the credit. So it's no surprise they suppressed Tesla's brain-boosting theory too, and it was never to be discussed again. Until now. Thanks to a new scientific breakthrough, Tesla's brain-boosting theory is not only true. Scientists have finally realized Tesla was on the right track by stating you could boost intelligence by awakening dormant brain cells. Thanks to modern technology and research methods, they have discovered it goes even deeper than that. Literally. See, there are powerful neural branches within these brain cells that could hold the key to greater intelligence, memory, and overall brain power. Researchers from a prestigious Dutch university have found that people with higher IQs tend to have more complex and higher density of neural branches. Scientists at the George Washington University found that differences in people's IQs can be explained by how long and branched out this segment of their brain cell is. A team of 16 leading European scientists discovered people with larger neural branches can process information faster and more effectively, crucial for quicker thinking, better learning, and optimizing brain function. The surprising thing is, most people haven't even heard of this area within a brain cell, and until recently, almost nobody knew how to awaken it. However, 2 separate groups of scientists in 2 completely different experiments have now discovered a natural solution that can increase the size and complexity of neural branches, essentially awakening this area, just like Tesla proposed. But there was a problem with all these studies. They were only animal studies based on rats. I still needed to see if this solution worked on humans before I could share this breakthrough with my patients, much less the broader public. Fortunately, with over 30 years of experience helping patients with natural therapies for highly complex issues, I've built quite the Rolodex of contacts, including the very best natural health doctors and researchers in the world. So I tapped into this network. And right on cue, I uncovered a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study, the gold standard of research design, showing this natural solution can boost a human's brain power and improve memory in as little as 6 short weeks. But even though this was an incredible breakthrough, I knew it was just the beginning. I needed even more evidence. So you can imagine how excited I was when a team of Australian scientists found that after taking this natural solution for 3 months, you can retain over twice as much new information as before. On top of that, a separate group of scientists conducted an experiment that showed this solution significantly improved memory acquisition and retention. And if all that wasn't enough, then came the most exciting evidence yet. A team of America's leading scientists from the National College of Natural Medicine revealed that people taking this solution for 12 weeks experienced a remarkable 12 times greater memory boost than those who didn't. Plus, they showed major improvements in reaction time and attention, making it over 7 times more effective at speeding up your mental processes compared to a placebo. It's extraordinary. It's like turbocharging your brain to react quicker on the fly. Just think about the impact this could have on you. You'll drive with more confidence as your reactions become quicker and more reliable. You'll enjoy hobbies and tasks that require sharp focus like crosswords or strategy games. And you'll keep pace in lively conversations, recalling details with ease that once seemed to slip away. The best part is these everyday victories are not just possible. According to these studies, they are now within easy reach. But we're still not done here, because yet another team of scientists from the BGS Global Institute of Medical Sciences has discovered this solution boosts overall memory, mental flexibility, concentration, and alertness. This groundbreaking solution has nothing to do with anything that is man-made, wasting time on brain training exercises, or changing your lifestyle in any significant way whatsoever. Instead, it's a rare herb located in the wetlands of southern India that's proven to be safe, fast, and effective. Of course, you're probably wondering, why haven't you heard about this natural solution before? Well, it angers me to say, but it's all because of Big Pharma. All they care about is keeping their pockets lined, even if it means sidelining the natural stuff that could actually do you some good. If they can't slap a patent on it and rake in the cash, they're not interested. But right now, as things stand, the opportunity to boost your brain power is still here, with a breakthrough that catapults your thinking, learning, and recall abilities beyond what you thought possible. No more forgetting names seconds after an introduction, no more feeling overwhelmed by tasks that require intense focus, and no more being outpaced by the younger generation who wouldn't have been even half as smart as you 10 years ago. In other words, people will never see you as the old person they feel sorry for, but instead look to you for wisdom, guidance, and insight. I'll reveal how you can experience all this in just a moment. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Al Sears, and over the last 3 decades, more than 25,000 patients from 23 countries have sought treatment at my state-of-the-art clinic, the Sears Institute for Anti-Aging Medicine in Royal Palm Beach, Florida. My patients have ranged from everyday folks to world-renowned celebrities and athletes. The one thing they have in common is a goal to enhance their mental acuity and protect their brain health. And while the benefits of board certification in anti-aging medicine and clinical nutrition have given me access to new therapies and solutions most physicians have yet to see, I've never been one to sit idly by and wait when new treatments and opportunities come across my desk, which is why I found myself deep in the lush rainforests of the Amazon, living amongst the indigenous Ashaninka tribe. There, I was privileged to learn their ancient secrets for honing mental clarity and focus, passed down through generations of shamans and healers. Secrets that I've now distilled and integrated into my cutting-edge brain health protocols. In my travels to over 40 countries, I've scoured remote villages, high mountain peaks, and hidden valleys in search of the most potent and rare plants. Plants that have been used for centuries yet remain virtually unknown to Western medicine. Yet as soon as I stumbled upon Tesla's brain-boosting secret, I knew it would be the biggest brain-boosting discovery of the 21st century. It all started last year. One quiet evening during some rare downtime, I came across an online article about Nikola Tesla. I was captivated by his visionary ideas and relentless pursuit of knowledge. Truth is, I couldn't help but resonate with his story. Tesla was constantly suppressed by the government alphabet agencies, just like I am today. So I went down a Tesla rabbit hole. Among his many pioneering ideas, the one that struck me the hardest was Tesla's belief that it was possible to awaken dormant brain cells through electrical brain stimulation. Now, to be clear, even though there have been some recent studies showing electrical brain stimulation may work, it's not something I would personally ever recommend, although it wouldn't surprise me if Big Pharma rolled it out for thousands of dollars, no matter the potential side effects. Yet even though I disagreed with Tesla's proposed method, I still couldn't help being intrigued by his belief that awakening dormant brain cells could enhance overall brain power. So I asked myself, what if there was a way to safely tap into that same brain-boosting potential completely naturally? But after several late nights of poring over research, I almost gave up on finding a solution. It appeared researchers had already covered everything there was to know about the mind. But then it happened. A little-known piece of research that looks as though it could be the key to greater intelligence and a steel-trap memory. These researchers have finally uncovered the truth behind Tesla's brain-boosting theory. Using cutting-edge brain imaging technology, they've pinpointed the exact region within a brain cell Tesla alluded to all those years ago. And what they found will shock you. You see, while many people are familiar with neurons, there's a lesser-known yet equally fascinating part of these cells that often goes unnoticed. Dendrites, also known as neural branches. Dendrites are the unsung heroes of your brain cells. They're like the branches of a majestic oak tree, sprawling out to drink in sunlight. But instead of light, dendrites absorb information. And the bigger and more complex they are, the more data they can soak up. It's like going from a tiny bonsai to a towering redwood. This is because better developed dendrites are more efficient at picking up and processing signals. This, in turn, translates into sharper mental skills and greater brain power. Now, you may be wondering, if dendrites are so powerful, why haven't you heard of them? The answer lies in the typical focus of brain studies and discussions, which tend to look at neurons as a whole entity, including its nucleus, axon, and dendrites as one single unit. Rarely do we zoom in to examine just the dendrites themselves, but, as the latest research shows, understanding the dendrites within the neurons can be the key to unlocking your brain's ability to operate at a higher level, improving everything from memory to quick thinking. Yet, here's the thing. As we get older, it's not just our joints and muscles that feel the years, our brains do too. Our neurons shrink over time, and to make matters even worse, we lose some of our neurons entirely, therefore losing all the dendrites within them. Now, in some parts of the brain, the remaining neurons try to pick up the slack by growing more dendrites. This is the brain's way of trying to stay in shape, much like how we might focus on exercise to keep our body strong. However, there's an unfortunate catch. In the hippocampus, the memory and learning center of the brain, this additional growth of dendrites doesn't happen. And without these extra dendrites, your ability to remember things and learn new information takes a hit. This is why, as we age, our memory isn't quite what it used to be. And it's why picking up new skills and remembering names and details can become difficult. But get this. Just like Tesla believed you could awaken tiny brain cells with electricity, scientists have now discovered a way to awaken your dendrites with just one simple compound. And it doesn't pose any of the risks that electricity does. This all-natural compound is a rare herb located in India called Bacopa monnieri. And as I mentioned earlier, the experiments on rats' brains revealed that consuming Bacopa can increase the size and complexity of dendrites. Imagine peering through a high-powered microscope and watching in awe as the tiny dendrites in your brain start to grow and branch out like a time-lapse video of a sprouting seed. That's what scientists observed when they treated rat neurons with Bacopa monnieri extract. The dendrites didn't just get longer, they became more complex. Further studies on humans have also shown this herb skyrockets information retention by a staggering 101%, boosts mental clarity up to 32% in just 6 weeks, making you feel less foggy so you can think clearer and sharper, reduces the chances of having senior moments, such as forgetting where you left your keys, by a full 148%. And on top of that, researchers from multiple facilities, including Cambridge University, found Bacopa boosts attention accuracy by 35%. These world-class researchers used a special test called the RVIP task, measuring how quickly and accurately someone can detect targets in a series of rapid visual presentations. They found Bacopa not only helps us cut out mistakes, but also sharpens our overall mental abilities. For instance, people taking Bacopa remembered 35% more words than they did at the start of the experiment. That's in stark contrast to those who took a placebo. They actually saw a 16% drop in their memory performance. Speaking of which, have you noticed it's getting harder to pick up new memories and learn new things as you age? If so, you're not alone. Most people experience this, and here's why. Imagine your brain as a filing cabinet. Over the years, it gets packed with memories, so much so that finding space for new information becomes a challenge. It's like trying to fit a new file into a cabinet that's already stuffed to the brim. But here's the good news from neuroscientists at the School of Biophysical Science and Electrical Engineering. Bacopa can help. Research shows that Bacopa acts like a master organizer for your mind. It not only helps clear out the clutter, but also enhances the system for storing new memories. This means you can easily access old memories while also making room for new experiences. Specifically, these neuroscientists found that Bacopa reduces interference from previous memories, making it 92% more effective in helping you learn and retain new information compared to a placebo. And that's not all. Another study found Bacopa can help you turn your memory into a human encyclopedia, giving you the ability to recall every detail with 104% more accuracy. Like I said earlier, Tesla could recall information he read and conversations he had as if he were a veteran pilot navigating familiar skies. And I'm talking about the tiniest of details. This meant he could astonish others with his knack for discussing complex theories and repeating precise words from chats long past. Now ask yourself, what if you could achieve something similar? Just imagine walking into any room and captivating everyone with stories told in rich detail, or being able to recall facts and figures that impress in meetings, family reunions, or during casual conversations with your friends. Instead of fumbling over words or searching for details, you rattle them off with confidence. That's the kind of razor-sharp recall Bacopa can deliver. Scientists from the Central Drug Research Institute discovered it can boost your logical memory, that's your ability to recall and retell stories in lots of detail, by an impressive 104%. Another study showed people older than 55 remembered 16% more words from a list they were given after 3 months on Bacopa. In contrast, those given a placebo not only failed to improve but actually remembered fewer words than they did at the start of the study, showing a decline in their memory function. However, what's even more impressive was what happened when the participants were distracted by new information. Bacopa users still managed to enhance their recall, this time by an impressive 24% despite the distractions. Meanwhile, placebo users once again remembered even fewer words, indicating Bacopa not only boosts your memory but also enhances your focus. And if you're not already amazed at what this herb can do for your brain, wait until you hear this. A group of world-leading researchers delved deeper into the results of 6 pioneering studies on Bacopa, and here's what they said. Bacopa enhances memory-free recall, and thus could potentially be clinically prescribed as a memory enhancer. The thing is, while early research suggests increasing the size and complexity of your dendrites could be the key to taking your brain power to the next level, there are still other ways of improving your brain system too. When you focus on these other ways at the same time, you have an even greater chance of supercharging your intelligence and memory. So I thought, why stop at one ingredient when multiple natural compounds could give you the best chance of ramping up your brain power? That's when I decided to create a targeted, whole-brain solution that enhances every part of your intelligence system. It's called Focus IQ, the world's first all-in-one brain-boosting supplement to give you Tesla-like intelligence and a Vault-like memory. This is a brand-new whole-brain intelligence formula that targets every part of your memory and IQ system, including the neural branches in your brain, targets long and short-term memory, improves verbal and visual memory, and improves language, learning, conversation, and logical reasoning. So while you could certainly expect a better memory just from taking Bacopa Monnieri, provided you manage to find a good source from India, of course, my new formula equips your brain with all 8 of the primary supernutrients it needs to run like a finely tuned classic muscle car. Best of all, you don't need Tesla's strict diet or his daily 8 to 10-mile walks to energize your brain. Instead, you can boost your mental power simply by taking this one tiny all-natural pill. No extra exercise or dietary changes required. Just listen to what people like you have to say about it. Walter R. from Sandwich, Illinois says, I'm 81 and in good health, but was starting to forget things and not focus on projects I was working on. Since taking Focus IQ, I think out projects much better and finish them quicker. I also feel my memory is getting better. Susanna H. says, my reading comprehension has improved. I'm more alert while driving and not as tired. And Teddy W. says, reading has always been a passion, but complicated plots were getting difficult to follow, but not anymore. And there are many more. Now, in addition to Bacopa Monnieri, the second ingredient that I've included in Focus IQ is a powerhouse herb located in East Asia named Hyung Jin. This herb is rich in the brain-boosting flavonoid baecolin, which is included in this supplement. It was first mentioned over 2,000 years ago in the legendary Shenong Benkao Jin, ancient China's go-to medical encyclopedia. But unlike ancient health practitioners who knew baecolin was a great brain booster without knowing the reason why, we now understand its effectiveness. Essentially, baecolin acts as a shield for the brain, neutralizing harmful substances known as reactive oxygen species. It helps prevent damage to the DNA, fats, and proteins in cells, significantly reducing the risk of cell death. It's like having a personal bodyguard for your brain cells, keeping them safe and healthy. An animal study then looked deeper into this. The results showed Bakelin helps to keep the brain healthy by stopping harmful processes that can cause irritation and damage dendrites. And remember how I previously mentioned that losing neurons in the hippocampus, the area of your brain crucial for memory, results in fewer dendrites? Well, a breakthrough study on gerbils found Bakelin stops these neurons from dying, showing the potential to support the health and longevity of our dendrites. Now let that sink in for a moment. Imagine being able to learn a new language in record time for an upcoming trip, or mastering a musical instrument with ease and grace. Picture yourself solving complex problems at work and coming up with creative solutions that leave your colleagues in awe. With Bakelin supporting your dendrites, these scenarios could become your reality. You'll be able to absorb new information like a sponge and apply it with the ingenuity and innovation of a true genius. This can even help with things like recalling names and details, mastering new technologies, and staying sharp in conversations. In other words, these studies reinforce Tesla's theory that awakening a specific part of the brain can enhance your intelligence. Bakelin is a fantastic compound for helping you achieve that. You'll also be thrilled to know these studies are just the tip of the iceberg. Various studies even show that Bakelin protects your dendrites against stress. Researchers reviewing various papers discovered Bakelin is great at fighting off damage from oxidative stress, which can harm cells. This is vital for dendrite health because oxidative stress can change the shape and connections of dendrites, affecting their function. But Bakelin doesn't just combat oxidative stress, it protects your brain from all other kinds of stressors too. Case in point, scientists looked at whether Bakelin could improve memory problems in rats which were caused by repeated doses of corticosterone. Corticosterone is a stress hormone similar to cortisol in humans. Our bodies release it under stress, such as when we face deadlines, family issues, or health concerns. Now, while some cortisol is good for you, too much is bad. It can affect your brain, particularly your memory. However, over a 3-week period, rats given Bakelin before being exposed to corticosterone showed remarkable memory improvement. They were quicker at navigating mazes and remembering safe spots, tasks that mirror everyday things like recalling where you left your keys or navigating a new driving route. But that's not all. The scientists also investigated how Bakelin supports the brain on a molecular level. Under stress, levels of critical proteins and genes in the hippocampus normally take a hit. This drop can affect the smallest parts of our brain cells, like our dendrites, impairing their ability to function and communicate effectively. However, breakthrough animal research suggests Bakelin prevents this decline, maintaining optimal levels of critical proteins in our brain. In short, Bakelin shields your hippocampus and the dendrites within from the negative impacts of stress. This protection preserves the sharpness of your memory even under pressure. And when I saw this study, it made it a complete no-brainer to include Bakelin in Focus IQ. But don't forget, there are 8 brain-boosting ingredients included in this supplement, targeting multiple areas of your brain, truly making this a one-of-a-kind, all-round brain booster. Which leads us to the third ingredient, Gotu-Kola. Before I tell you about all the brain-enhancing benefits it offers, you should first know that elephants, well known for their impressive memories, often eat Gotu-Kola leaves. And yes, it's widely believed this contributes to their longevity and incredible cognitive function. When you think about it, isn't it incredible how nature hints at the powers hidden in these plants, even though Big Pharma tries to make us believe that expensive, side-effect-riddled drugs are the only way forward? That's why I made it my mission to include Gotu-Kola in Focus IQ, because I'm taking a stand against government agencies and drug companies, just like Tesla did. But here's the thing. While the fact elephants eat Gotu-Kola may suggest it contributes to their exceptional memories, I never include ingredients in a supplement without scientific proof it works. The good news is there is a mountain of evidence showing Gotu-Kola enhances brain power. More than that, it's actually the perfect companion to Bacopa monnieri, as they both hail from Ayurvedic medicine. But while Bacopa is celebrated for boosting memory, Gotu-Kola is known for its ability to enhance cognitive functions, such as improving concentration. In other words, Bacopa works like the hard disk in your brain, storing and improving access to your memories, while at the same time, Gotu-Kola acts like a processor, speeding up brain function and helping you think more clearly and quickly. This combination not only sharpens your mind, but also provides a buffer against the cognitive wear and tear that comes with age. And that's not all. Because other research shows Bacopa and Gotu Kola serve as fortresses for your brain. Like Bacolin, they keep your neurons and dendrites healthy. Studies even show they're good at boosting brain functions in patients with age-associated memory loss. And when it comes to people without age-associated memory loss, the results are just as exciting. A landmark study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found Gotu Kola doubles how quickly and accurately you process information. Think how crucial this could be when driving on a busy street. It also increases problem-solving skills by up to 45%, particularly those involving numbers. Imagine effortlessly managing your finances or calculating expenses on the fly during a round of golf with friends. It also improves reading skills by up to 29%. Now you can breeze through your morning newspaper not only reading faster, but also retaining more of the information you absorb. But there's more to Gotu Kola than just pairing well with Bacopa, because it teams up just as well with another all-natural powerhouse, Ginkgo biloba, the fourth ingredient in Focus IQ. A group of Asia's best scientists discovered this combination can significantly boost your attention, help you concentrate better, and speed up how fast you process information. The result? You'll find it easier to stick with a task without your mind wandering. You'll be able to enjoy your reading, hobbies, or work without feeling the need to take a break so often. You'll take new information on board quicker, making conversations and learning new things a breeze. Ginkgo biloba also pairs well with Bacopa monnieri. Before I tell you how they complement each other to increase not just your short-term memory but your long-term memory too, you should first know just how powerful Ginkgo biloba is. To put it into perspective, the ginkgo tree is so ancient and resilient that it's known as a living fossil. It has survived unchanged for over 200 million years, even witnessing the age of dinosaurs. But do you know what's even more incredible? Each individual tree can live for over 1,000 years. And they're tough, too. Ginkgo trees near the Hiroshima bomb site survived the blast and are still flourishing today. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that a boatload of studies show Ginkgo biloba can sharpen your mind. As promised, I'll reveal how it works side by side with Bacopa monnieri to improve your memory in just a second. But before I do that, let me first show you how Ginkgo biloba stands up by itself as a memory and intelligence enhancer. Researchers from the University of Vienna investigated how ginkgo affects people aged between 51 and 79 experiencing age-associated memory impairment. Picture an older person's brain as a vast library where some of the books have started to gather dust over the years. Well, the researchers revealed that taking ginkgo is like sending in a team of expert librarians to organize and dust off those forgotten volumes. Suddenly, retrieving information becomes much faster and easier. On top of this, another study involving 72 people wanting to improve circulation in their brain showed Ginkgo biloba enhances memory and learning. According to the expert German scientist who conducted this study, there are two key things you can expect from incorporating ginkgo into your daily routine. The first is a significant improvement in your ability to remember details. This could result in forgetting fewer items on your grocery list or having an easier time remembering birthdays and anniversaries. The second is a marked improvement in your learning rate. This could lead to mastering new skills quicker, be it a hobby, a language, or something technology-based. Other studies show similar benefits. One study showed how people perform 7.1% better on a memory task after just 2 weeks of taking Ginkgo biloba. The researchers also noticed positive changes in specific areas of the brain during the memory task, suggesting our brains process information more efficiently when taking this herb. Another study found popping a ginkgo supplement increases your speed of attention for up to 6 hours. Whether you're playing with your grandkids, working on an important project, or navigating a busy supermarket, your ability to stay focused and react to what's happening around you skyrockets. It's similar to coffee, but without the jitters and afternoon crash. And in a month-long study, people taking Ginkgo biloba showed notable improvements in how quickly they process information and handle memory and decision-making tasks. The fact is, if you want a brain more like Tesla's, where you're able to effortlessly learn new things, then actually remember it all, ginkgo could be the ideal ingredient for you. Of course, these benefits are based on ginkgo alone. They're even more potent when combined with Bacopa monnieri. In fact, you could think of ginkgo as the John Wayne to Bacopa's Clint Eastwood, steadfast, reliable, and an extra powerful force when paired together. The first thing to note is that Bacopa and ginkgo have both been shown to maintain a healthy low level of an enzyme called acetylcholinesterase, or ACHE for short. ACHE acts like a paper shredder in your brain, breaking down the memory chemical acetylcholine, which helps you remember and learn new things. Now, this might sound concerning, but in the right balance, ACHE plays a crucial role. It helps clear away acetylcholine after it's delivered its message, ensuring signals aren't being crossed and messages reach their destinations effectively. This is vital, not just in the brain for memory, but also at neuromuscular junctions where it aids in muscle and nerve function. However, excessive ACHE activity can be detrimental, working overtime and hindering your brain's ability to keep up with everyday memory tasks. But here's the good news. Bacopa and ginkgo help bring balance to ACHE activity, slowing down that shredder when it's too active. This balance allows your brain to retain more of its vital memory chemical, keeping your wits as sharp as a tack. For example, in a study with 60 healthy seniors, those who took 300 milligrams of Bacopa monnieri daily not only improved their memory by up to 41% over 12 weeks, they also saw a slowdown in ACHE activity. This was in stark contrast to those on a placebo, who experienced an increase in ACHE activity. In other words, the participants taking Bacopa were better able to retain their crucial memory chemical, enhancing their ability to focus, process information faster, and remember more clearly. When it comes to ginkgo, the effects are equally fascinating. In a notable animal study, extracts of ginkgo were shown to effectively slow down ACHE. Mice treated with ginkgo not only combated the memory-erasing effects of scopolamine, a substance used in experiments to temporarily impair memory, but also demonstrated improved memory retention. These results were supported by an in vitro study where natural molecules extracted from ginkgo biloba proved to maintain very low levels of ACHE. It's important to clarify that while some synthetic pesticides also target ACHE, they do so in a manner that completely blocks the enzyme, leading to detrimental effects and diseases. Unlike these substances, Bacopa and ginkgo do not inhibit ACHE entirely, but rather help maintain its balance, enhancing brain function without the severe side effects associated with synthetic pesticides. Together, these studies show how ginkgo biloba and Bacopa monnieri serve as powerful allies against age-associated cognitive decline. The kind of allies that could allow you to go about your day-to-day life with a sharper memory and clearer thinking. No more forgetting why you walked into a room. No more struggles with keeping up in conversations. No more misplacing your keys or glasses. Thanks to Bacopa monnieri and ginkgo biloba, along with the other natural neuroenhancers found in Focus IQ, you could soon find your memory feeling almost as sharp as Tesla's. But wait until you see this, because I have recently discovered another natural compound named Huperzine A that is also renowned for its ability to support healthy levels of ACHE. It's derived from a Chinese club moss, so it shouldn't come as a shock to hear the ancient Chinese used it as part of their famous health practices. In a groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Cell Biochemistry and Biophysics, people who took Huperzine A showed significant improvements in cognitive scores after just 12 weeks. Participants in the study were given either Huperzine A or a placebo. Their cognitive functions were then assessed at multiple intervals, and the results were astounding. Those taking Huperzine A saw their cognitive abilities soar compared to those on the placebo. Just think about how powerful your brain could become once you're taking a supplement containing Bacopa, ginkgo, and Huperzine A. Imagine having the mental clarity to remember every detail of your day, the sharpness to engage in lively conversations without missing a beat, and the confidence to tackle any challenge that comes your way. To be clear, Huperzine A doesn't stop at just supporting healthy ACHE levels, though. Scientists from the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research, the largest biomedical research facility administered by the U.S. Department of Defense, discovered that it's also neuroprotective, which means it helps shield your brain from damage. This is vital for maintaining long-term brain health and ensuring your mind stays sharp as you age. But as I've mentioned, I want to help you protect your brain like a suit of armor. And that's why I've added yet another compound proven to guard it from harmful molecules. It's one you've likely heard of before, omega-3 fatty acids. And just to prove how important it is, you should know that Tesla was one of the first people to recognize the benefits of it for the brain. See, omega-3 is found in fatty fish, and Tesla said fish is reputed as fine brain food but has a very strong acid reaction, as it contains a great deal of phosphorus. That's bad news, because too much phosphorus is a problem. It can disrupt the body's natural balance of minerals, leading to weakened bones and impaired kidney function. Yet the omega-3 in Focus IQ does not contain phosphorus, making it a perfect addition to our brain-boosting stack. In fact, new animal research shows why Tesla was likely so fond of fish as a brain booster. It's now been revealed that giving omega-3 fatty acids to animals can increase the number of dendrites in their hippocampus. Better still, omega-3s have been found to be particularly beneficial for people over 50. And here's why. Researchers from Europe's largest university hospital, the Charité Universitätsmedizin in Berlin, divided people aged between 50 and 75 into two groups, a control group and a placebo. After 6 months of adding omega-3s to the diets of the control group, folks saw memory improvements that were 277% better than those in the placebo. And the results didn't stop there. 15 of Saudi Arabia's best researchers investigated various studies on omega-3 and found that it helps to supercharge your learning abilities, making it easier to pick up new skills, enhance your memory retention, keeping your recollections sharp and accessible, boost your cognitive well-being, helping you feel mentally sharper every day, and increase blood flow through the brain, ensuring your mind performs like you want it to. Of course, now that you know Tesla recommended fish to keep your brain operating at its best, you're probably wondering what else he recommended you should consume. More importantly, what I found most startling was that he said not to consume coffee. Now, I'll be honest, I love my cup of joe in the morning. But Tesla said coffee disturbs the body and is not a good nerve stimulant. And if you've ever consumed too much coffee and started to get the shakes or feel anxious and irritable, this is likely why. So if you want the mental boost coffee can give you without any of the side effects, I've got some truly great news. Go-To Cola, one of the ingredients in Focus IQ I've told you about earlier, is ideal for anyone looking for a cognitive boost without any of the unwanted and unbalancing side effects of stimulants like coffee. Yet, I get it, coffee is amazing, and it comes with all sorts of health benefits. So I thought, what if there was a way to give people the brain-boosting benefits of coffee without any of the downsides? Now, for years, I didn't think it was possible. So it's with great excitement that I'm now able to tell you that I have managed to source perhaps the most remarkable ingredient in Focus IQ yet. Scientists are raving about this recent discovery, and had Tesla known about it, I'm certain he would have taken it every single day to awaken his dendrites. It's a patented coffee fruit extract called Cognitique, which naturally boosts brain function without the jittery side effects of caffeine. Cognitique has been shown to play a crucial role in boosting a key neuroprotein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. This protein is essential for overall brain health, supporting memory, attention, and focus. However, up until recently, nobody knew why BDNF was so important for the brain. We just knew it was. Yet scientists at the Department of Neurobiology at Duke University Medical Center have now uncovered the reason BDNF is so important to anyone looking to boost their brain power. It's because BDNF supports the growth of dendrites. In fact, to help people who felt their brain could use a boost, scientists from other institutions conducted several studies to see just how effective Cognitique could be. And the results were nothing short of impressive. In one study published in the British Journal of Nutrition, participants who took just 100 milligrams of Cognitique experienced a significant increase in their BDNF levels, up to 143%. Another study involving healthy adults showed that taking Cognitique not only increased BDNF levels, but also improved reaction times and reduced cognitive errors. Participants felt sharper, more focused, and were able to process information more quickly and accurately. But what's perhaps the most impressive thing about Cognitique is that it works in multiple ways to enhance brain function. One of the ways it can boost your memory and thinking is by enhancing brain connectivity. Scientists found that Cognitique increases functional connectivity between critical regions of the brain involved in decision-making and attention. Now, this means your brain can work more efficiently, making you feel sharper and more alert. Imagine having a brain that's firing on all cylinders, helping you remember details from a book you just read, quickly recalling names and places, and staying focused through complex conversations without feeling mentally exhausted. Then there's the impression you'll leave on others. When your memory is sharp, people notice. Your family and friends will be amazed at how you remember every detail of the stories they tell you as nothing slips past you anymore. At gatherings and reunions, you'll impress your peers by recalling names, dates, and events with ease. Colleagues and acquaintances will also see a difference. They'll respect your ability to contribute to conversations with relevant facts and well-remembered experiences, enhancing your reputation as someone insightful and attentive. In other words, Cognitique is a phenomenal addition to Focus IQ. It boosts your brain power with all the benefits of coffee, but without the negative effects of caffeine Tesla warned against. But Tesla is far from the only genius to talk about the benefits of consuming natural foods and compounds to boost brain power. Let me introduce you to the late, great Richard Koonin, M.D. After serving America as an Army captain in the Korean War, Koonin went on to become one of the greatest scientists on the planet. He also wrote one of the all-time best books on natural health, Mega Nutrition, the new prescription for maximum health, energy, and longevity. In short, it goes without saying he knew more than a thing or two about which compounds are worth their weight in gold. That's why you'll be thrilled to know I've also included the natural compound he called the single most remarkable nutrient I have used in Focus IQ. It's called acetyl L-carnitine, or ALCAR for short. The research shows exactly why Richard Koonin, M.D., rated it so highly. Every mental feat you achieve, whether it's retrieving long-lost memories, mastering new languages, or choosing the perfect words, relies on a critical brain secret that turbocharges the energy fueling your mind. This secret is the reason why certain seniors thrive well into their 80s and beyond, maintaining the mental vigor, sharpness, and memory of their youth. In fact, it's almost certainly the reason why Tesla was still so mentally alert and clever right up until his sudden death at the age of 86. And it's not just him. The secret also explains why Donald Trump became the oldest person ever elected president of the United States at the age of 78. Clint Eastwood directed and produced the critically acclaimed Gran Torino at the age of 78. Michelangelo was still actively sculpting and painting in his 70s and completed the construction of St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City at the age of 74. Warren Buffett continues to lead as the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, making influential investment decisions well into his 90s. But here's the unfortunate truth. Most of us face a decline in brain function as we age, experiencing symptoms such as mental fog, difficulty in finding the right words, and fading memories. But we should not just sit back and accept this as an inevitable part of aging, because it doesn't have to happen. You see, the main reason people experience a drop in brain functioning is due to the weakening of a vital source within our brain cells, the mitochondria. These tiny power plants are crucial for converting nutrients into energy. Now, this doesn't just give you the temporary boost you might get from stimulants like caffeine or sugary drinks. This is the purest, most potent form of energy known to nature. Unfortunately, over time, our mitochondria suffer from the wear and tear of stress, pollutants, and free radicals. This leads to a significant drop in energy production in the brain. But that's where ALCAR comes in. It plays a critical role in maintaining and boosting the energy efficiency of your mitochondria, restoring your mental abilities to their youthful zest, giving you the kind of brain boost the likes of Trump, Clint Eastwood, and Warren Buffett are enjoying well into their golden years. In fact, a trailblazing study just revealed how incredible it is. The researchers discovered that ALCAR boosts cognitive function 583% more than a placebo by transporting essential nutrients directly into the mitochondria, enabling them to produce more brain energy. Another recent study found just one treatment with ALCAR can increase your brain's energy reserves by 15%. But ALCAR's benefits don't stop at just boosting energy. It transforms the way your brain actually utilizes this power. By reducing typical energy processes by 30%, Alcar allows your brain to conserve energy where it isn't needed, focusing it on more critical functions instead. This optimization leads to an increase in essential energy molecules by 30% to 40%. It's like upgrading your brain with a long-lasting rechargeable battery. Now, I've already told you how I set out to include ingredients in Focus IQ that complement one another, so it's fair to say I was intrigued when scientists conducted a study to see how Alcar performed as a memory enhancer alongside other ingredients, including ginkgo biloba, which is why the results published in the Journal of Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine will be exciting news to anyone who wants to keep their brain functioning and remain able to recall memories well into their old age. 47 participants were randomly and blindly assigned into a group. One group was given a placebo, the other an all-natural brain-boosting cocktail that included Alcar and ginkgo. An impressive 72% of participants taking the brain-boosting cocktail noticed an improvement in their memory, yet only 45% reported improvements in the placebo group. Even more startling, an entire quarter of the people taking the placebo actually felt their memory worsen. However, only 2% of the individuals taking the brain-boosting cocktail reported a decline in memory, painting a vivid picture of the powerful effect these ingredients have. The fact is, when you combine Alcar with the other brain-boosting supernutrients found in Focus IQ, you'll finally be able to say goodbye to the fog that clouds your thinking. Never worry about losing your keys or forgetting names. Experience a steady stream of energy without the crashes, just consistent alertness that carries you through the day. When you think about it, it's clear to see why Focus IQ has the power to transform your day-to-day life. Each time you're deep in work, you'll find yourself in the zone, effortlessly juggling tasks with a clear mind. At social gatherings, you'll impress friends with your quick wit and ability to recount details from past years. During long days, you'll feel as energized in the evening as you did in the morning, ready to enjoy personal time without fatigue. Just imagine the peace of mind that comes with knowing your brain is sharper, quicker, and more reliable than it's been in years, potentially even decades. But guess what? We're still not done here, because there's one more brain-boosting nutrient in Focus IQ I still haven't told you about. It's called Silicium tortuosum. Originating from the southern reaches of Africa, this plant has been a cherished secret of the Khoisan people, one of the oldest cultures on Earth. They have used silicium for centuries, fermenting the plant into a chewable form or making it into teas. Traditionally, they used the plant to stave off hunger, fight fatigue, and elevate mood during difficult times. But when I did some extra digging, I discovered it was commonly taken before hunting expeditions to sharpen focus. Luckily for us, the American College of Neuropsychopharmacology recently published cutting-edge research that reveals how silicium boosts concentration. In the study, participants had to tackle tasks that measured cognitive ability and emotional intelligence, critical indicators of brain health and mental performance. The results were astonishing. In fact, researchers discovered silicium significantly enhanced the participants' cognitive abilities by acting on two crucial pathways in the brain. First, it boosts serotonin, brightening your mood and sharpening your mental processing. When you increase serotonin by taking silicium, it can lead to more effective management of brain resources, especially under pressure. In fact, studies show a 48% improvement in handling complex tasks efficiently. Now, this means you'll find it easier to recall memories at the drop of a hat, power through a puzzle, or master a new gadget without a hitch. And as you get even better at managing everything from your checkbook to your social calendar, you'll feel a new confidence blooming. The second way silicium boosts concentration is by contributing to the optimal functioning of your brain's natural processes. Scientists from Canada, Holland, and South Africa have discovered it promotes a balanced internal environment that supports your brain's ability to stay healthy. As a result of this balanced environment, you maintain an optimal amount of dendritic spines, which are tiny extensions of the dendrites themselves. Think of them as the twigs on the branch of a tree, where dendrites are the main branches. In essence, dendritic spines play a crucial role in how information flows through your brain. Each dendritic spine, like a twig, forms a specific point where synapses connect, allowing neurons to communicate with each other. The better shape these spines are in, the more effectively your brain can manage and process everything. Now, this includes simple daily tasks such as following a recipe, as well as more complicated challenges like managing investments. Plus, your memory gets better too. And that's not all. because silicium can also provide you with yet another life-changing benefit. Study participants taking silicium underwent brain scans while doing tasks that tested how much information they could handle at once and how well they could recognize and respond to emotions. The researchers almost fell off their chairs when they saw the results, because they observed staggering reductions in amygdala reactivity. Now, when I read this, I realized that this could change the way our brains respond to stress and anxiety forever. It's that impactful. You see, the amygdala is the part of the brain that processes emotions, particularly stress and anxiety. So by taking silicium to calm this part of the brain, you can feel more relaxed. To be specific, the researchers found it can make you feel 60% calmer and more in control compared to those not using it. It's why silicium is known as the happiness nutrient. A quieter amygdala also means fewer distractions during intense mental tasks, allowing for deeper concentration. So by taking silicium, you'll experience the clarity and brain boost that comes with reduced stress, making every mental challenge that much easier to tackle. Of course, what you do with this extra brain power is up to you. You might use it to outsmart and outwork younger people in the office, or you might use it to pick up more facts and ace your next trivia night. The point here is that silicium tortuosoum is another phenomenal addition to Focus IQ. And once you combine it with all the other brain-boosting super nutrients I've included, it should become clear why this really is the perfect supplement to boost your brain power, memory, and intelligence, while also improving your energy levels and mood. That's why I urge you to try Focus IQ risk-free today. It's true you could find some of these ingredients in a health food store and buy them separately, but you wouldn't be getting anywhere near the level of brain enhancement I've described today, because it's the potency, combination, and careful selection of these nutrients that gives you these remarkable results. And that's why, as with all my products, I've taken great care to make sure Focus IQ is created with pure, potent ingredients that will give you the best results. I work directly with our manufacturer to make sure the formula is created under strict quality standards known as good manufacturing practices. I also try each formula myself once it's completed. I don't use discount suppliers, I don't accept synthetic substitutes, and I don't believe in sacrificing quality for price when it comes to something you're going to take into your body with the purpose of making it strong and healthy. I advise my patients not to take any chances with quality, and I recommend the same for you too. Having said that, Focus IQ still works out a lot cheaper than if you had to buy all 8 of these carefully selected ingredients separately. Not to mention, you'd be swallowing dozens of pills every day if you consumed these compounds individually. Whereas with Focus IQ, just 2 easy-to-swallow pills deliver everything your brain needs. However, I get it. Even with all the scientific evidence proving Focus IQ is the ultimate brain-boosting supplement, you still won't know just how incredible it is until you take it. That's why I want you to try Focus IQ and feel the difference for yourself completely risk-free. Now, if you don't notice a remarkable sharpening of your memory, like suddenly remembering names and details as if they were written right in front of you, if you don't feel an undeniable surge of mental energy powering through your work, puzzles, or that book you're reading without those mid-afternoon slumps, and if you don't experience a significant boost in your ability to focus, turning your usual distractions into background noise that no longer bothers you, then simply return the unused portion and/or empty bottle or bottles within 90 days, and I'll refund every penny of your purchase, no questions asked. That way you can try this breakthrough solution without risk or regret. And that's how confident I am that Focus IQ will supercharge your brain power, making you feel sharper than you did 10 or even 20 years ago. But wait, it gets even better. As my way of saying thank you for taking advantage of your risk-free opportunity to try Focus IQ, I want to help you reboot your aging brain and bring back lost memories with this free report. In this exclusive e-report, you'll have complete access to the simple system I developed for my own patients to restore cognitive function and rejuvenate mental clarity. When you follow the steps outlined in this report, you'll be able to enhance your memory, improve focus, and sharpen your thinking. In Reboot Your Aging Brain and Bring Back Lost Memories, you'll discover how to create new brain cells through neurogenesis, build new neural networks to ward off age-related decline, protect your brain from toxins and oxidative stress, and boost your memory and cognitive functions with natural remedies. Best of all, you'll be able to download my Reboot Your Aging Brain and Bring Back Lost Memories e-report right away. No need to wait for the mailman. You can get started immediately. Thousands of people paid $29.95 for this exclusive Reboot Your Aging Brain and Bring Back Lost Memories e-report. But I'd like to give it to you free when you take advantage of the special introductory offer I've prepared for you today. Just click the button below and you'll be taken to our secure order form where you can review all the details. After you've placed your order for Focus IQ today and it arrives at your door, immediately open the bottle and take 2 capsules. You do this once daily. What you're feeling is the calming but razor-sharp focus settling in. And I bet over the next few hours, you'll be able to work faster, follow group conversations much easier, and avoid distractions. And that's just what you'll feel happening. Inside, Focus IQ is working to support the spread and density of neural branches, which you now know are the dendrites in your brain, meaning you can boost your intelligence and memory just like Tesla believed. Focus IQ will also help maintain healthy blood flow to your brain, combat stress, elevate your mood, and provide overall brain protection, making it the first of its kind, all-in-one brain-boosting supplement. Though here's the thing. Focus IQ is selling like wildfire, even faster than I expected. It seems like people all over America are eager to boost their brain power with this natural solution that's safe and effective. But as word spreads, our stocks are rapidly diminishing. Given the overwhelming demand when our current batch sells out, it could take up to 90 days to prepare a new one. This is to ensure each batch meets our high standards for quality and potency. So, if you want to guarantee your supply, meaning you can experience heightened focus, clearer thinking, and noticeable improvements in your memory and intelligence, then you need to order today. Just click the button below for all the details and start building a better brain today.